going on, guys? Out here today testing my new camera. I noticed on my last few episodes that the quality of my videos was just kind of pretty terrible, honestly. I was rocking an older generation camera, so I made the switch over to the Insta360. This is the Ace Pro 2. So just giving it a little run today on the GS out here. So shooting on 4K, 60 frames per second. Kind of left some of the features on there as on auto, so kind of curious to see how it comes out, whether it's a whitewash. It's not the best day today. A little overcasted on the sky here. I think we're getting in some storms later, but yeah, I figured it was a good time to kind of talk about my ownership perspective on owning this BMW R1250 GS Adventure here for a little bit. So I've had this bike a few months now. Picked it up earlier this year. It's a 2024 model, and I have to say, hands down, this is probably the funnest, best motorcycle I've ever ridden. In terms of comfort, power, I mean, it hits all the check marks on this bike. If you haven't ridden one before, it's very easy to see why people have the hype that they do on these bikes. So I really suggest, if you're near your dealers, have any of the demo days, just give it a shot. It's very easy to see the following on these bikes. I mean, this bike's on the heavyweight comparison here, flicks into the corners, no problem. Once you're moving, the bike really does feel weightless. You know, even with this massive 8-gallon tank, you know, you don't really feel the weight on there. So hopefully the audio here is coming out pretty crisp for you guys. Definitely take a look at upgrading that in the near future and some videos here, but so in terms of features, I mean, this bike pretty much has it all. I'd say the only thing that this particular model year versus the new 1300 line that came out, I believe, is the adaptive cruise control. I think that's a topic for another episode, but I mean, out of the box, I think all GSs come with heated hand grips. This particular model has a heated seat and for a rider and passenger. Got to use that a little bit earlier this year. Really looking forward to using it as we get later into the seasons here for late fall and winter, along with the hand gloves, our heated grips, I'm sorry. But yeah, give that a whirl. Cruise control, use it several times on the highway. I have to say, it really is a nice feature. It's something you don't think of much on a bike until you're kind of out there using it. So I got the windshield. It's easily adjustable with one hand, even when you're moving. Just have it down for the best POV experience for you guys here. Has all the riding modes. By far my favorite, I have to say, is road. The suspension really is just great feeling. Stock seat on this bike is fantastic. It's the first motorcycle I've actually ever ridden where the side mirrors are actually useful. I barely adjusted these from the time I had it, so very easy to see behind you. Why I kind of decided to go with this bike was I was primarily looking for an on-road focused bike. I was really debating on this and the Honda Africa Twin. I had some demo days before on the little sister of this bike, the 900s, the 800s, and the 850 GSs. So I got to ride some of those in the last demo day. I did the F900 GS. It was a really fun bike. I was almost considering it, but I kind of wanted something with a little bit longer range, with a little two up focused riding. I ended up demoing a 850 GS Adventure. Actually, really liked that bike too, but it just seemed like weight-wise, you're almost in the same category as the 1250. The 1250 just has a lot more power and torque. So I kind of went with that. Never had a bike with shaft drive before. My focus on this bike was really just to do a lot of nice mile crunching, hit the occasional off-road. So comparison, I was really looking at the newer 2024 as well, Honda Africa Twin with the electronic suspension, the ES Sport model, I think that's what it was called. They had one or two here in state where I live, but I couldn't demo ride the bike. The one I was looking at actually had the DCT transmission. I was reading up, and a lot of people seem to really like them, give or take. But you know, without having that experience of riding a DCT, and it being so close in comparison to the R1250 GS, which I've had multiple times riding this particular model, along with some of the lower displacements, for me, you know, I had to hand down throw it to the GS. So just fit the bills for me. It's been a really fantastic motorcycle. Really enjoy it. So I have to say, going along here in road mode, the suspension, really comfortable. It's almost like you're on a sofa. I wouldn't quite say it's like a gold wing, but it's got to be pretty close. Never really gotten too much into riding a cruiser. Haven't had an experience yet. Definitely looking forward to it. I know a lot of people really love the gold wings, the K1600 BMW. So I think the next time a demo opportunity comes up for those bikes, I'm gonna try to get into that. So with that said, this is definitely a heavyweight category bike. You can definitely feel the weight when you stop. You know, especially with the massive, basically 8 US gallon sized tank. You know, and it's really full when you come to a stop. You do feel that weight. Especially if you ever come to park and you're trying to back up your bike. You know, it's got a slight incline working against you. You know, you're really definitely hitting that leg workout, that's for sure. But so normally, when it comes to shifting on this bike, I normally manually shift with the clutch, first to second, occasionally second to third. Everything else, I just utilize the quick shifter. I would say it definitely has a clunky feel on the quick shifter from first to second, second to third. You kind of feel it in the bike. It kind of jolts. You know, I'm comparing it to my Yamaha MT-09, which in comparison, very different riding style. So one thing, if you haven't really ever ridden a GS either, is It hasn't happened to me yet, but a lot of people will kick their legs out, smack those massive cylinders that are sticking out of this boxer orientation here. So riding position on this bike feels really good. Your legs aren't bent at all. Very upright. Stock seat is super comfortable. I don't have the risers or anything on this, but the handlebars to me feel at an optimum position. And everything on this bike just feels very refined. I think after BMW having these bikes for so long, they just kind of refined everything down perfectly. So I have to say, this bike, you hit these little twisties and you really just don't you don't feel that weight, honestly. I have to say, on a road like this too, where it's a little bit bumpy, it feels really good. Suspension. It's a night and day difference on the riding experience between this and my other bike, that's for sure. Good thing it's a cloudy day. I feel like I'd be blinded by those. Hopefully the mic is coming through, sounds good. You guys can hear the engine. Just want to take it a little easy. It's actually very humid today. Be a good test on the cameras. Hello. Keep a little bit of distance from them, I think. This will be a good test on the cameras on how the auto light filtering picks up on this thing. So getting a lot of dark contrast over here. Unfortunately, it's not the best day to try to test this new camera on here. Everything's overcasted today. Oh, that's must just be a bug I hit. Just want to give this a try and adjust my windshield here, guys, and just see. So this is with my windshield fully up now. It's kind of curious on this camera how the it's getting picked up, if you guys are clearing it or if you're kind of getting in that weird contour of the screen. Yeah, I have to say thanks for sticking with the video, guys. I'll definitely have some more upcoming videos in the future, a little bit more in depth. It's just a quick fun run with the camera, testing out some of the settings, trying to just nail down the best fit here. So